Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Alright, I got another 6 rocks today to cut from eastern Arizona. I think I've got enough to cut for today and tomorrow, another batch, and then I'll be done with my eastern Arizona rock hounding finds, and we'll move on to something else. Got some more river rocks we might want to try cutting to see what they look like after those. But today we're going to do these, and again, eastern Arizona. I'm going to set these down and we'll go through them and see what these look like. So this first one I picked up, it looked like it had a bit of an agate texture. And I saw this window, but nothing else about this looks like it's going to be a agate other than maybe just right here. It's hard to say, but we'll try to put a cut like next to that and we'll see if that's all it is that little corner, or if there's more agate in this. I guess I could probably cut it this way as well. We'll see. Whatever gives me the thickest cut there, I think will work. All right. Next up, got this bigger chunk. So this one looks like another one of those orbicular pieces. I cut one of these yesterday and it didn't really come out that good on the inside. It was pitted real bad. This one looks promising, but it's hard to say. But I'll give it a cut through here and we'll see if there's anything interesting in it. And I got a weird shaped nodule. Look normal here. Got a window on either side, but the bottom is concave and all rough and odd looking. So probably just cut it down this middle here and see if we get some of this colorful banding in there. Looks like there might be a fracture through there, can't tell, but we'll find out. We'll give it a cut and we'll see. All right. Next up, so this one doesn't look like it's got a lot of color. You can see some quartz crystals on that end, but I see some banding running along that edge and a little on that end. Might have some blue-gray color in this one, it's hard to say. So I'm going to ignore, I don't know, maybe I won't. Okay, either got to cut through this or this. So if I cut it long ways, I'm going to end up going through this, in which case I'm hoping that it's just on the end. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just cut it long ways. We'll see how that comes out. All right. Another odd shaped. It's like it's got some pseudomorphs in it, possibly. I can see a couple. Some banded agate, some color, a little bit of quartz. And then more banded agate on this end. So we're just going to cut him in half and see how it looks on the center of that. All right, last up, got this big nodule. It's got some host rock attached to it still on this end, but I did see a little bit of banding in here. And maybe some quartz and agate down on this end as well. Whew. So I can see agate here. I was thinking maybe that this was just host rock, but I think there's just an odd formation of two different materials next to each other, and it's got that weird layer in between them. I think I'm safe cutting this any direction I like because it's just kind of crazy looking. And this looks like host rock. Thin layer because it's got agate right underneath of it. Look at the color right there. Oh boy. I don't know. I'll make a game time decision on this one when I go out to the saw. But I'm thinking maybe I cut it this way, long ways, or possibly long ways this way, or possibly short ways this way. So I got a few choices. All right, well, I'll surprise you guys and we'll see what we end up with when I get back. All right, let me get these on the saw, we'll get these cut, and I'll be back with the results and we'll see what's on the inside of them. All right, be right back. All right, back in the saw. I'm gonna start off with this one because it broke up into a few pieces on this side. You'll see that there's fractures going all the way through on this side. This side just held together. So, you'll notice this one is a lot more solid than that last orbicular one that I cut. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna make some small cabs out of these. I'll slab these up at some point. It's really pretty. I don't know if you call that a poppy jasper or an orbicular, but regardless, that'll make some neat little cabochons. Let's look at this next little piece. Solid as well. I think the orbs on the other one was a little better, but this is all right. And then the last piece. Not as many orbs on this one. But again, solid, not a lot of pitting. A little bit right over here in that section. So I don't know, maybe I'll throw that one in the tumbler. All right, let's look at this other half here. Get it wet again. All right. So this is the better half of this half. You can see that fracture running. Well, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I dry it off a little. So yeah, it's still got that fracture going through it. Kind of metallic-y. This is similar to that material that I clicked up near the Baghdad mine, but a little different. And again, you can see the fracture on this side as well. But I think we can make some cabs out of this for sure. Very nice. All right. Okay. All right, so let's start with this little one next. So I could see a little bit of banding here, then that kind of mossy section. Let's see how it turned out. Yep, kind of like I thought. A little bit of banding up at the top. This got some quartz in it, but it's clean. And then the mossy section is kind of pitted. I think it would still take a good polish if you could live with the pitting. And then this is the bigger side. Looks like the banding's getting bigger. Well, it's at least going down further. This section up here looks like it got smaller. I don't know. Maybe another cut off of that one at some point. Or maybe not. Just leave that one alone. All right. Very cool looking though. Okay. Next up we had this one. An interesting agate showing on either side. Let's see what it looks like in the middle. Ooh. All right, so you kind of got that red mossy stuff on the bottom. There's a lot of open voids in this stone. And you got some purple banded agate in the middle with a little bit of saginite sprays in it. Some white, some dark. And then a mixture of this stuff over here that's all pitted, open voids. Still really cool. I bet that would look neat, flat polished at some point. Let's look at the other half. I can clean that up. All right, very similar to the other half. Nice. Not bad. Take it. Very cool. Okay. So this is the one that saw the banding on the edge and what looked like a quartz pocket on the end. I opted just to cut through the middle of that quartz pocket and see if I chose correctly. Ooh, all right. Huh. So that was definitely a window. I don't know. I think I would have been better off cutting it this way. Would have had to have gone through a little bit of that, but I think I would have had a better full-faced pattern. But this is still neat. I love the banding on this. Doesn't really have that purple or pink color, maybe a little, but not much. Let's look at the other side. I don't know. I think it's still a great polish. It's a beautiful stone. I just think I would have been better off cutting it parallel to that, kind of around that way. But can't guess them all right. Bummer. All right, very cool still. All right, 2 left. Okay, so this is that odd shaped one. It had some banding showing on either side and a little pocket here, so I wanted to cut parallel to these as much as possible, but not through that window. And then unfortunately, I did cut through this window down here. All right, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, look at that. That is a funky looking stone. Does have a fracture right through here, a little one. Not bad. Love that purple color, all those little platelets or snowflakes in there. That is really cool looking. Let's look at the other side. Well, I think that fracture is less visible, but I think it's still there. It's probably healed. Looks like there might be a little fracture right here too. But that is really neat looking. And I did cut through that window, so you kind of lose some of the pattern at the tail end of that. But yeah, that'll still look really nice polished. Very cool looking. love the colors. Awesome. That was a really nice piece. Definitely gonna do something with that. All right, last up. Wasn't sure what to expect from this one. It had a weird looking outside. I did decide to cut it long ways through what I wasn't sure if that was a face or not. Let's see if we did all right on this cut. Oh, cool. All right, let's look at this. So I did get a full face on this. It does have a healed fracture. It's not healed with agate. It's not a great heal, but enough that it held together. This would look awesome face polish. You got those orbs from the where this thing grew up against the husk, the bubbles. Very neat. Nice colors. It does have some healed fractures in it. I see 2 healed fractures on that end. All right, let's look at the other side. That is really cool. Definitely gonna have to face polish these at some point. These are fairly large. I need to get a bigger flat lap for doing stuff like this. Wow, all right. That is the last one in this video, so I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.